Gentlemen, welcome to episode 39 of Speak On It. Who wore 39? Any professional players? Do we know? I didn't look this up.
Oh man, here we go. Uh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. 39. Um, 39. We got
Larry Zonka.
Sanka. That's how you pronounce it. I was looking at him like, man, who is that? Uh, okay, these other guys I don't know. The Larry Zonka episode.
Yeah, the Larry Zonka episode. I am your host, Danny Ocean, as always, joined by the smoothest man on the planet, Losty Mix. How you living, baby?
Hey man, you already know when you see this Nas fade hidden under this Packers beanie because it's still Go Pack Go. It can only be one brother, the good brother, Los D Mix. As always, it's a blessing to be here with my man Danny Ocean. You know, I'm blessed in many ways, fantasy not being one of them, but we'll talk about that later. But hey man, I'm just happy to be here with you, living it up, doing our thing, ready to speak on it.
Let's get it. As always, this show is brought to you by goingfor2.com. Head over to goingfor2.com for all your fantasy needs. Let's see. What are we talking about, D? We're going to talk about some AFC and NFC supremacy, the only supremacy we support on this show. We're talking about
Yo, no. Yo, I just want the people to know. I did not know he was going to say that. What? The only
he did not.
supremacy, the only supremacy that we do support.
Yeah, he didn't know I was saying that. That was off the cuff. I thought that was pretty clever. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Okay, so no, when you say that, are you saying that in terms like are you saying AFC NFC supremacy is like top 3 supremacies out here? Period.
Oh, because then you have in the NBA, you have
Eastern
Western
Western
Conference
Conference.
supremacy, and then the supremacy within the supremacy of conferences.
And then you have like other definitions of supremacy. Do you take AFC, NFC supremacy over white supremacy, for example?
Every time. Yes. Yes.
I mean, just something to nibble on for my thinkers out here. I know there's a lot of thinkers out here who enjoy listening. What's good, Kyle? You always know
What's
what's
up,
love.
Kyle?
Yeah. So yeah, we talking a little little NFL, a little AFC, NFC supremacy. We're gonna talk about how they won't fighting for real. That's the name of this episode for a reason. They was not fighting for real. We
It
gonna
was
speak
not
on
fighting for real.
and then I'm gonna give my league commissioner notes per usual, and we're gonna roll into some other things. So Danny, holla at us, man. Holla at us.
Let's get cracking. Let's start with some football. So in the NFL, the 2 top seeds, the Tennessee Titans and the Arizona Cardinals, would have first round buys, if the playoffs started on Sunday. As we live and breathe on November 23rd, would you take the Cardinals and the Titans to make the Super Bowl, or do you like the field?
Oh man, it's a good question. I think when I look some of the way a few of these other teams are constructed, I think I'm gonna go with the field. Let's start with the AFC, right? Let me pull this up to make sure I'm looking at it right. So I look at the AFC, right? You got the Titans at 8-3. Now, while they're a very good team, I look at teams like the Ravens, like the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Bengals, the Patriots. Believe it or not, the Bills, the Colts. I'm looking at some of the way some of these other teams are constructed. And I think some of these teams, if given a chance, or if they had to go to Nashville to play a playoff game, I believe in some of these teams, particularly maybe the Kansas City Chiefs. I actually have a good feeling about the Cincinnati Bengals, and I think the New England Patriots. I think defense travels, and the NFC, I think it's just wide open. And I think when you look at Arizona, the one thing that they're not is healthy. And a lot of other teams are getting healthy, unlike the Green Bay Packers, who can't really seem to get healthy. So I just look at where both of those teams are, some of their schedules and, matchups with matchups with some other, just how they match up with other teams and within their conference. And I like the field for both of those.
I am with you. I like the field for both. One team that I'll start in the AFC like you did. The Chiefs are starting to get hot and they are starting to get scary. I think the Chiefs would have no problem going into Tennessee in the AFC Championship game and winning that game. I don't think Tennessee is as feared as a Arrowhead or Lambeau or even Jerry World. Like I don't think Tennessee has that sort of aura that other
People are
stadiums.
scared. Like, are people like, do people see Lambeau on the schedule and they're like, oh shit, we got to go there? Like, is that one of
In
one of
December
those
and
games?
January, hell yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, same with Arrowhead. I would even say New England, like these northeastern teams are teams that experience cold weather. Like I don't think Patrick Mahomes is shaking in his boots because he has to go to Tennessee for a potential second round or AFC Championship game. I don't think any team is, especially without a healthy Derrick Henry, even if he is back for the playoffs, which he might be. Like he's still not going to be 100%. I don't think teams are afraid of Tennessee. In the NFC, I'm taking the field, and I'm only taking the field because Aaron Rodgers looks like Aaron Rodgers.
What a foot injury? What a toe injury, I should say.
With a toe injury. I think the Cowboys are going to bounce back. I think, like you said, the NFC is so wide open. Outside, like the top four teams, the two wild card teams are going to get slaughtered, even if it's the Eagles. We're going to talk about them later. But I like the Rams. I like the Cowboys. I like the Cardinals. Well, the Rams would be a wild card because the Cardinals win the division. Who's the other division leader? Tampa Bay, the reigning Super Bowl champions, right? Like,
they only just won a Super Bowl, unfortunately.
So I like Kyler Murray. I like Kyler Murray a lot, but if you're saying he's going up against Tom Brady in an NFC Championship game, I'm taking Tom Brady 8 times out of 7. Like that's a no-brainer. So I like
8 times out of 7, you say?
8 times out of 7.
Like you would double down on one time.
I'm double down one time.
Okay.
I would take Aaron Rodgers over an inexperienced Kyler Murray too. Like I would put Tampa Bay in Green Bay, the Bays.
Over let me give you a couple teams who are 5-5, and let me ask you which of these teams you think has a serious chance of making a playoff push.
Lay it on me.
Pause. The Vikings, Saints, 49ers, Eagles.
I would have to say the Eagles, of course, because the Eagles are rolling in Minnesota. I think Minnesota is the next best team out of that group you mentioned. Then San Francisco will be third. Drop down 7 or 8 notches, and then you have San Francisco. I mean, not San Francisco, New Orleans. Shout out to Taysom Hill for finessing his way into another bag, by the way.
Why do you think the drop-off is so significant between the Vikings and, I mean the 49ers and the Saints?
I would take Jimmy Garoppolo over Trevor Siemian all the time. Like, they don't have Jameis Winston. They don't have their left tackle, Armstead. I think he's out for the year. Michael Thomas is out for the year. Like, your receiving core is probably the worst in the league. Kamara is not healthy. And you have Trevor Siemian as your quarterback. Like, if you're the Saints, you should just punt on the season. You're done.
What do you think about these reports that the Bears could be potentially firing their coach after Thursday's game? Mind you, the Bears are 3-7 right now, and they are currently riding a 5-game losing streak. So last time they won a game, they were 3-2. Now they have lost 5 in a row, and they're thinking about maybe firing their coach, which is hilarious because if you think about it, some would say their QB play has been a large reason why they haven't won many games, yet everyone has been pushing for their rookie QB when Matt Nagy was telling everyone we should really go with Andy Dalton.
So I think you shouldn't ruin that man's Thanksgiving like that. If you're going to fire him, at least fire him so he can just hang out at the crib on Thursday. Like, don't make him get up, come coach a game, and then fire him before he goes home for dinner. Like,
that way he can go. That way he can really enjoy the yams and the mac and cheese.
Nah, it's going to be cold by the time you get home. Do you remember when Daniel Snyder called Gruden in early in the morning to fire him and they made him drive back in DC traffic home? Like, that would pissed me off. Like that's mad disrespectful, and I feel like this is in the same realm of disrespect. Like, if you're gonna fire me, at least do it today or tomorrow so I can chill. I can sleep in on Thanksgiving, do something with my time instead of coaching probably who they play on Thursday. They play the Saints, right?
Who the Saints? Yes, the Saints. Who the Saints play? The Saints play the the Bills, I believe.
Okay, who the Bears play?
The Bears play the Lions. The
Oh,
Cowboys play the Raiders.
yeah, no one's watching Bears Lions. If you go,
Why
if I
not?
you want to watch the Lions get their first one on Thanksgiving, I mean that'd be cool, I guess. But I don't know. Like if I'm Matt Nagy, if you gonna fire me, dog, do it right now. Don't if you fire me on Thanksgiving, we moving some furniture because I'm gonna be pissed. Especially if Detroit get their first win off me.
My problem is that it's funny that someone would want to leak this information at this particular time. You
Yeah,
know, that's what I don't. That's why part of me thinks, is this even true?
I hope not. Like as much, I don't think Matt Nagy's a good coach, but I don't think anyone deserves to be embarrassed like this. All right, like if you go again, if you're gonna fire me, just do it. Like I don't want no leak nothing to the media. Now I got to answer these questions. Like if you're gonna fire me, just do it, man.
How about the Dolphins, who are riding a 3-game winning streak?
I hate it because we have the Dolphins' first round pick, and it was real close to being Thibodeau from Oregon if Detroit didn't take him. But now it's looked like it's number 8. I mean, I'm sure we can sure get a game changer at 8, but it's not that kid from Oregon. I was really putting my eggs in that basket a couple weeks ago that Miami would ride this losing streak out and be number 2 or 3 overall, which doesn't look like the case anymore.
Last one for me.
Okay.
Patriots are 7-4 on a 5-game winning streak. What do you think is their biggest the biggest reason for their turnaround? Because before they were 2-4 before riding this 5-game streak.
I have no idea. I guess this is the Bill Belichick, right? He's turned into the guy they've told me he's been since Tom Brady left.
A defensive guru, defensive genius.
Something like that. They've had a soft schedule too, right? Like after the Cowboys game, they really haven't played anybody, have they? See, let's look at their schedule.
You know, they opened with the Dolphins, then they of course played the Jets, played the Saints and lost. They played the Bucks. We know about that game and lost.
They played the Texans.
So since that Cowboys game, they've played the Jets again. They've played the Chargers. They've played the Panthers, the Browns, the Falcons, and now they play the Titans at home. And then remaining, they also have the Bills. They also have the Colts. They have the Bills twice, actually, I should say. The Bills twice, the Colts, the Jaguars, and they end the year with the Dolphins. So it looks like the Dolphins, if they hang their cards right, could be used in that last game of the season to hopefully fight for a wild card spot. What do you think about what Kyle said in the chat?
What did Kyle say? Wasn't there something weird with the Broncos as well, where something leaked about the coach's future? I don't remember seeing it. Is that Vic Fangio?
I don't know.
Are we talking about what's his face? Dang it, John Fox. Because I know John Fox, he had like a heart attack, and I was like, all right, well, that's a wrap for John Fox, and I think he came back.
You think Dan Mullen will be the Broncos OC in the next years?
I mean, here's my thing about these OCs, and it's same with Joe Brady. Well, Joe Brady last year, not Joe Brady this year. Like, what kind of offense can you build around Teddy Bridgewater? He doesn't have like a really strong arm.
He doesn't have a bad arm either. That's the problem.
Right. Like you're gonna have to build an offense that's built on timing and like timing, right? Because like he's not going to make. I mean, he can scramble, but he's not going to be like Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts and extend plays and run for 20-yard chunks. Like, how strong of an offense can you build around Teddy Bridgewater? And a team that wants to sign Teddy Bridgewater doesn't have the assets to. They don't want to put that kind of team around him because they don't think he's a long-term starter.
But I do think a good coach is also able to take the pieces that he has available and he's able to adjust and fit his offense to fit the player personnel that best is had. And I think Teddy Bridgewater, I think to your point, he's not going to be throwing it over the top a lot. And there might be some timing needed. But sometimes the timing offense is sometimes what you need. And as a coach, if you know, a timing offense is more of what your style, you should be fitting your offense to really better onset your offense and those players. And I think given that, Vangio, I believe is his name, is a pretty defensive minded coach. I mean, you got to imagine that the same emphasis maybe isn't being put on the offense that it is on the defense.
Do you think a team that signs Teddy Bridgewater wants to put all that time and effort in building around him when they know he's a gap, right? He was a gap from Sam Darnold. I mean, he might make it one more year in Denver, but do you think Denver's like, yep, this is our guy moving forward?
I think if they get to double-digit wins, I think you see something.
That's fair. Now, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So the Chargers held off a pesky Steelers team 41-37 Sunday night. In Buffalo, the Colts put a whooping on the Bills, 41-15. And Jonathan Taylor ran for 5 of those touchdowns. I played against Jonathan Taylor in one league, and I still won. Shout out to Manager of the Year.
I played against him in 2 leagues. Smoked my boots. Like it honestly wasn't fair because like one of those games had he had a more normal game, I would have had a definite chance of like winning that matchup just straight up. And that was with a really hobbled team just trying to make it to the finish line.
I think I won by 1.5 points, maybe 2 points.
It's ridiculous. That's how ridiculous that week is. Okay. To answer your question of which of these wins were more impressive, I have to start with the Colts. I look at the Colts because coming into the game, they were the number 1 defense, the Buffalo Bills were, in multiple defensive categories. And the Bills just came in there and they just punched them in the mouth straight up. Buffalo, how do you let that happen?
Are the Buffalo Bills frauds? Are we ready for that? Are we ready for that conversation?
Who have they lost to? The Jags, the Steelers, the
Colts, the Titans. They lost to the Titans.
Did they really?
Yeah, they lost to the Titans by 3 back in October. The only impressive win they have so far this year is they beat the Chiefs 38-20. But was that really impressive? Because they weren't the Chiefs. Oh, they lost to the Steelers week 1.
I remember that game. I believe they were up for a good portion of that Steelers game in week 1 and lost it in the second half.
So are we ready to have that conversation? Are they frauds? Do you think they're frauds?
Who's more fraudulent, them or the Steelers?
Oh, the Steelers. I'm not buying anything the Steelers are pitching. They frauds.
You think so? Why is that?
Because Big Ben is washed.
Most watched quarterback in the league?
If not, he real close to it. I'm trying to think of someone else who might be more washed.
Is watching Big Ben easier or harder than watching the downfall of Eli Manning?
Oh, watching the thing. Oh, God. I'd watch Eli twice a year. It's definitely Eli. Eli was cooked. Like Ben's been cooked for like 2 or 3 years. Eli was cooked for like a solid 5 or 6 years.
No. Stop it. I'm not gonna let you do my dog Eli like this.
If Eli's your dog, you need new friends.
You're not gonna sit here and say that Eli Manning was 5 or 6 years of some stank ass.
He was. And I'll take it a step further. Eli Manning is not a Hall of Famer.
So you're essentially saying that from his last Super Bowl to when he retired, he was some ass.
You are correct.
With OBJ.
Ruined OBJ. OBJ was on a Hall of Fame trajectory. And then he met trash Eli. Eli had like 2 good games at Odell. Like how many slants can Odell take to the house?
I have to disagree. I have to disagree with you on that one, my brother.
Cooked. So how long was Eli cooked for you?
He retired when? 2018?
Something like that. Remember, he was benched for like a game.
I would say from 2013 to 2017.
He was in his prime?
He was cooked.
Okay. Yeah, because he was drafted in 2004. That's crazy.
It's wild. Yeah, we old. We are old.
Let's see. Let me take that back. Because he went to the playoffs in 2016. So let's say anything after 2016, he was cooked. And he retired in 2020.
Do you think the Giants take a quarterback first round?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not excited about this class. Like, which one of these quarterbacks coming out would you say is better than Daniel Jones?
Matt Corral.
And then if you draft another quarterback, you got to fire you got to fire Joe Judge, and you got to fire Gettleman.
Why?
You can't let them pick another quarterback. You can't let them do that again.
But you can tell them. I feel like if you just kind of lay it on them, like we're taking this guy, we feel very, very strongly about him. I mean, or you don't tell them and you just make the decision.
Oh, as an owner?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess you could. I mean, I would, right? Like,
I mean, there's been organizations that do it.
Jerry Jones. Oh, the Packers. That's true.
Let's just grab Jordan Love and not tell nobody, and then deal with the ramifications later.
But you know what? Daniel Jones doesn't have the same cachet as Aaron Rodgers. Like, what could Daniel Jones say? Nothing. Nothing. He probably could just say, "Yep, you got me."
That's how you got to be. Yeah, what's up with this Antonio Brown fake vax cards?
People, let this be a rule of thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Pay people the money you owe them, especially if they have dirt on you.
Okay, why do you say this?
Well, isn't the story that
his trainer was the one,
and
or his
trainer, the person who snitched, AB owes them money, if I'm not mistaken. That's the story. And AB did not pay him, so he said, "Okay, let's get this thing cracking."
My thing is like, why were you? What was going on for this person to reveal this sort of information? Like, how did we get here? Is essentially what I'm trying to ask. Like, what was the altercation that leads someone to be like, "Oh, you don't want to say it? Say less." Twitter, do your thing. Like, what's that conversation in regards to this?
Because I don't know him, but knowing his history, Antonio Brown's history, seeing that story was not a surprise at all. Like, the man went on Instagram Live and cussed his baby mama out in front of the police at his house. Like, I ain't shocked by nothing.
I think Kyle has a question for me in the chat real quick. So a little bit ago we were talking about how GMs weren't GMs or coaching staffs weren't letting people know about draft picks in Green Bay. Kyle's asking if I'm saying that Goody or the Packers GM didn't tell Mike LaFleur about drafting Jordan Love before they submitted the draft card. No, I'm saying Goody and LaFleur didn't tell A-Rod about the Jordan Love before or during that submission of draft card. Great question, though. He also said, and to Danny's point, I will add, pay the people who take care of your food. Always treat those people well. Yes. I don't know how often I maybe go out, but anytime I do, I like to just be very courteous and very warm to people who deliver food because they're still delivering your food. And I've never really understood why people want to get snappy with these people because I'm like, yo, they're delivering your food. You do realize they can get real nasty and you wouldn't know.
Can. You would never know how much. And also tip well too. Like, if you sit down and have a nice meal, make sure to tip your server. Don't be
it ain't tipping if you got it.
There you go. You want to talk some basketball?
I'm ready to talk some basketball. Holla at me.
All right. So the only
people really came for us to talk about.
Yeah, I would say the only thing that matters in the NBA this week is Isaiah Stewart versus LeBron. And this is a great question. This is your idea. So Isaiah Stewart versus LeBron for the U.S. championship.
Oh
Who
yeah.
wins?
They're
Who
not they're
wins?
not fighting they're not fighting for the WWE championship, people. This is a strictly Monday Night Raw United States Championship match. I like LeBron to get the 3 count after a few near kickouts by Isaiah Stewart, but I like LeBron to win the championship match. Now, if they do a ladder match or off the top rope match or even no holds barred match, the way Isaiah Stewart was booking for Braun, I don't know. I think I might have to give him one of them.
So, do you remember SmackDown versus Raw? Maybe it was like 2008, 2009. There was a feature that if you made certain wrestlers bleed, they would go into a rage and they were unstoppable for like 30
Oh
seconds. Like
yeah,
I know Brock Lesnar was one, Kane was
Hulk
one.
Hogan has to be one of them.
Yeah, I think Hogan was one. I feel like that was Isaiah, right? Like he was chilling, he got hit, he kind of like approached LeBron, and then he saw the blood on his face, and then just kind of went berserk.
You think that's
But
what
if
did it?
I think that's what did it. That's like he seemed like he like he squared up with LeBron, backed off, and then he saw that he was leaking and was like, "No, I can't let this slide." Cause he opened like it was like he got bladed. You know how wrestling you take the little razor blade.
It looked like he was in a boxing match and caught one of the nastiest right hands ever, and the refs have been trying to figure it out for like 2 rounds.
Like I might have been that mad too. But if it's for the here's how that match ends. We're going straight Eddie Guerrero style. I think Russell Westbrook hides underneath the ring. LeBron distracts the ref. Russ gets up, low blows Isaiah, hits his finisher, sneaks out. LeBron gets the 3 count and retains the United States Championship. That's a match.
Westbrook during that fight is by far my favorite part of that fight, and I've been laughing at it maybe all morning because you just see him ready, like, yo, what's good? And I'm sitting there like, yo, Westbrook is always ready to go.
Did you see the joint? It was like Westbrook posed like the Notre Dame mascot.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, people. But that's essentially what this was. Like he literally is like, why I yada and why yo, nah, for real. Back in the day when people was fighting underhand like this, what the hell were you hitting?
Hey,
Come here, you, come here. I'll give you some. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, I'll give you some. What do you talk about? Put your
straight
feet up.
uppercuts. That's all you can do is just straight uppercuts.
Gosh. And those guys then later went on after fighting people underhanded to go play in the NFL, and there are sports writers out here who say we need to recognize them as the all-time greats.
Okay. But in all honesty, do you think? I don't think Isaiah wanted to fight LeBron. I think that was a show.
Yo, no, he couldn't have wanted to fight LeBron because if he did, he would have did it right there. Like he had the initial opportunity when it first went down. If you wanted to get your pop, 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 pop on, that was your opportunity. But instead, he got up. And what did he do when he got up? He got the shenanigans and all over the arena. And then, after a certain number of shenanigans, you start being like, all right, buddy. Now you're just doing the most.
Now you're doing the most.
Like, come on. Like, somebody get him.
Right. Like he running over Cade Cunningham. Like you gonna injure your star point guard.
Man.
Out here fake fighting.
Yo, that little run he did when he broke like 5 or 6 tackles, I was sitting there like, man, the Detroit Lions, they could use somebody with this type of versatility and that type of background. Like they got something. You got something right here. Like Lions, holla at your boy. Appreciate that, Kyle. He liked the word shenanigizing.
I want one more thought about this. When I was watching that fight, all I could think, one of the things I thought to myself was, LeBron, it's time to come on home. Like the back of his head, that fade, I don't know if he was bald, maybe the light hit it wrong. I couldn't tell that he had hair until the camera got close. LeBron,
oh my gosh, here you go.
It is time. Ain't nothing worse than the man who can't let go. Come on home. Come on home. Come be the president.
Let my man dream.
LeBron, bald your head and become the president and CEO of the Bald Black Man Association. We waiting for you.
Brother, you're not even a part of it. You know what? No.
I am part of the Bald Black Man Association. Am I not bald and black?
You got a little fuzz up there. You be growing a little fade.
Nah, I ain't got no fade. It's all nothing grow up here. It's a desert.
Pause.
It's a desert. How's that? Oh,
No,
okay.
maybe before that.
Oh, okay. You want to give us your commissioner's thoughts this week? You want to give your boys
Oh
some?
yeah.
Give us your commissioner's thoughts in our league.
So people, as you know, me and Danny are in a fantasy football league together. As of right now, Danny's team is, I believe, on a 2-game winning streak.
We coming back.
He's looking at 4-7 currently. I am 6-5, riding what I believe is a 3-game losing streak. Uh, I think as I begin on my commissioner's news, I want to start by saying, if you are a fantasy owner out here who drafted Derrick Henry and maybe had the luxury of drafting him in multiple leagues, you are feeling my pain right now because it's been a month without him and it's ugly as fuck out here. Excuse my French. It is nasty out here trying to replace Derrick Henry production, dog. Like it's man. Like the thing is, like, my teams are good, but it's like when you lose someone like Derrick Henry, like you need the remaining people to be healthy. And when you have any injuries, plus losing Derrick Henry, it's fucking disgusting business. So that's pretty much where I'm at right now for my team. Overall, I think the other division they've locked up four spots in the playoffs. So really the only one that's up for grabs is our division lead, and then who's going to be the last wild card spot to make it in. So it's going to be the difference between playing or getting a first round bye. So it's anyone's game right now. I think, Danny's team is gaining some momentum. He's got some guys that are starting to get it. My team is.
I'm on the way. Hey, Jalen Waddle's still on the block if you want to talk to him.
DK Metcalf is on the board, and I just think the offer changes when we bring in DK Metcalf, because I still think he's worth a little bit more than a Jalen Waddle for it straight up.
If Amari Cooper were healthy, I would give you Amari and Jalen for DK. I might even give you Jalen Waddle. I might give you. Nah, I ain't doing that. I give you AJ Brown for DK Metcalf straight up. One problem for another.
I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to do that, man.
AJ,
I got AJ Brown in another league, dog, and I just shake my head because it's like, yo, it's like, now tell me this, like after one of his games, you'll be sitting there looking at the performance, and you're just like, I knew I shouldn't have even started him. Like, what am I doing? Because like the weeks that he'll really, really boom. But other than that, it's nothing. So then you be sitting there like, yo, what was I sitting here doing?
Why did I draft him? Don't worry, Dalvin Cook gonna take me home. And Brandon Ayuk, shout out to whoever dropped Brandon Ayuk in your league because he won me this week. He was my flex and he won it for me. I slaughtered whoever I played, him and Aaron Rodgers. So shout out to whoever dropped Brandon Ayuk. I appreciate you.
That's a good one.
So let's talk. You want to talk about let's talk about the Giants firing Jason Garrett. How funny is that?
Jason Garrett, brother, coach out of high school to pack it up, dog.
Yeah, you don't think he even goes to college? Like I feel like he looks like the perfect candidate to be like Minnesota's offensive coordinator.
Yeah, do something like that, dog. Because I think the NFL has passed him by. I don't think he has the layup package to really hang with the best of the best OCs.
That's fair. But in the same breath, Daniel Jones was his quarterback. He didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, you think Daniel Jones is the guy?
No, I think Daniel Jones is terrible. And I say that, and we played them Sunday, and they'll probably beat us now that I said it. But Daniel Jones is awful.
Peyton Eli said he might not be too bad.
Peyton Eli is towing the company line, but Daniel Jones is bad.
You think Eli's towing company lines?
I mean, he has all loyalty to the Giants. Like any professional, tell me what Daniel Jones does well besides run the ball.
He can
what?
Do some things.
Turn it over.
He does turn it over. He can throw some touchdowns.
I mean, so can Colt McCoy.
Speaking of which, how the hell is Colt McCoy just coming back and winning football games?
Amen. I love it. It's a funny story.
It's a really funny story. Tell me more about how you're feeling about these Eagles, though.
Oh, what did I tell you last week? Last week I told
They
you
learn how to run the football.
that, and if they beat the Saints, which they beat the shit out of the Saints, fuck you, New Orleans, they'd make the playoffs. And they will make the playoffs. They will. I'll even take it a step further. They're not only going to make the playoffs, but they're going to grab the 6th seed.
What is the remaining schedule for the Eagles look like?
They play the Giants in New York, then they play the Jets, bye week, Washington, the Giants again, and then Dallas.
Very winnable schedule.
And Dallas, I guess the theory is that they'll be sitting Dak because they have the 1 seat locked up. I don't think they'll have the 1 seat locked up by then. They've lost 2 out of 3. They look kind of scary. They're
hold on. That's so disrespectful to the other teams who are supposedly in the running for.
I mean, they're 2 games behind the Cardinals, right?
We're 1 game behind.
I think they're 1 game behind the Cardinals too. I think the Cowboys have 7 wins.
Yeah, I believe so too.
7-4,
right? They're like 7-4, 7-3.
7-3.
Yeah.
I think the Cardinals are 8-2. Oh, the Cardinals are 9-2. Yeah, they're 2 games behind the Cardinals. I don't know if they're catching up. They might catch up because I think the Cowboys, their schedule gets a little easier.
But it still seems like the Eagles' schedule is easier.
Yeah, so the Cowboys have the Raiders, the Saints, Washington, the Giants. Oh, they end with the Cardinals on January 2nd. So yeah, they have at least 2 tough games left.
Who's that for?
They play the Raiders Thursday, excuse me. Then they play New Orleans, Washington, the Giants, Washington, Arizona, and then Philadelphia.
Okay.
So that last game might mean something.
It might mean something.
I don't think it's going to be like winning you're in for the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys have locked up the division. I think the Eagles are too far. They're 2 games by. They're 2 games back, and they've already lost to Dallas once. So what's that? 2.5 games back? Like they're not making that much. They're not making that much ground. With the Eagles, will make the playoffs.
You think so? 6th seed?
I think they have a chance to because they have the tiebreaker over the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers. The only one they don't have a tiebreaker over is Minnesota because they haven't played. But every other team in that mix, the Eagles have a dub over, and I think that's going to be enough to leapfrog and get the 6th seed.
Yo, do you think the Patriots are legitimate contenders for titles?
No, but they are fun. Oh, they're not fun. The Patriots are never fun, but they're back to their old ways. I don't think they're title contenders yet. Do you?
Why do you think they are not built to win right now, currently constructed?
If AFC Championship game, Patrick Mahomes versus Mac Jones. Who you taking?
Where is this game happening at?
Right now it'd be in New England. No, it would be in Kansas City, right?
You mean in Tennessee?
I'm just somebody that's there.
No. Oh, you meant Patriots, Kansas City.
Yeah, I was trying to say that the quarterbacks matter in the playoffs more than anything. Like the elite quarterbacks. I don't know if Mac Jones is. He's not Dan Marino.
I think it would be in New England, right?
It should be.
If so, I think I kind of like New England.
So what does New England do well? What do you think New England would do to stop Kansas City?
Play defense. Force you to try to do something else to beat them, and then shut that down too.
I say this with all due respect because he used to be an Eagle, but I know what a secondary with Jalen Mills looks like, and it's not winning a Super Bowl.
You don't think a secondary funded for or about Jalen Mills is going to get you to the promised land?
I mean, granted, he won one in Philadelphia, but he had Malcolm Jenkins behind him.
Malcolm Jenkins is a really good player. I've been noticing.
Malcolm Jenkins covers a lot of holes. Pause. My bad.
Klay Thompson is on the way back.
Yes,
Should be back
sir.
by Christmas time.
Yes, sir. Dog. The Warriors went from the favorite to the odds-on favorite. Like they're going to
Bullshit.
another
Some bullshit.
stratosphere. Why do you guys hate the? Why do Lakers fans hate the Warriors so much? Like I have a few Laker fans, but Clay's come back. So, like, dog, like, what are you talking
I'm
about?
happy for Klay, but not the Warriors.
Dog, Warriors is the best team in the NBA right now. Who's better than the
What
Warriors?
team does Kuzma's pregame fit belong to?
It belongs in hell. I put this on the gram last night. Cameron did not rock a pink fur coat in the early 2000s for y'all to be dressing like this. Cameron.
This feels like it was taken straight from Cam Newton's closet.
Yes. An overweight Cam Newton. That was the biggest sweater. Like, who was that made for? Where do you put your phone? Like, how do you reach into your pocket and grab your phone? How do you grab your wallet?
You take a deep breath in.
Like, not that I'm about this life because I don't do this kind of stuff. But like, what if someone saw him like just walking with that down the street? Like, you could rob him without hitting him, and there's nothing he could do.
Oh man, yeah, there's probably gonna be. Yeah, you're right. It is pretty nasty out here,
especially in DC. Them DC streets,
nasty.
Do you have anything? Do you have anything else?
To everyone out there, I know that sometimes you look at your fantasy teams and you wonder, why do I get so frustrated at this? Why do I invest so much into this? Well, I'm here to tell you right now, fantasy's all some bullshit. Sports is all some bullshit. Sports betting is all some bullshit.
Yes, it is.
People, the house always wins.
One last question for you. I forgot about this. Thanksgiving is in 2 days. Top 4 picks. What are the 4 things that have to be on your plate, excluding dessert? Without
collard
dessert,
greens, mac and cheese, cornbread, turkey.
Okay, that was quick. That was quick.
I don't play about my Thanksgiving. You know where I'm gonna be.
Okay. That's a solid list. It is turkey, mac and cheese, sweet potato casserole, and my wife's sister makes this crab stuffing. Oh, I'd kill for that joint.
Crab stuffing?
Crab stuffing, dog. That's all she got to bring. I'll cook. Like, I'm cooking the turkey. I think she's bringing the greens too. I'm gonna smoke it. Yeah, put it on the grill. I gotta go brine it tonight. But yeah, man.
I figured you were gonna smoke it.
The crab stuffing. Like, she live in Maryland. Oh, she get the fresh crab. Oh,
she get the good crab too. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. She ain't playing with y'all. She ain't for play.
I serve an awesome God.
Yes, you do. Yo, next time you see me, I might have new glasses on. I'm getting new glasses soon. So,
what kind?
I'm trying to find the brand. They're Scott Harris glasses.
Oh yeah. My wife, we went shopping for glasses the other night, and I really want a pair of tortoiseshell, like a pair of round tortoiseshell glasses. Mm-hmm. But the problem is my head is perfectly round, and I feel like adding round glasses would make me look like an egg or like Mr. Potato Head.
I think it would be more like I don't see Mr. Potato Head. I don't see it. Mr. Potato Head he didn't have the lack of facial hair that you have.
That's fair.
So
I feel like that's too many circles in one space. Like, my head is perfectly round, my eyes are round, you got my pupils. There's a lot of circles happening in a very small place. Like, I feel like it needs to be another shape to kind of.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking Apple needs to promote their AirTags way more.
Yes, they
'Cause
do.
those things are so clutch. Unbelievably clutch.
I know a lot of parents use it for their children, which is genius.
I'm using one for my dog, wallet,
Oh yeah,
car. Yeah. Can't
Kyle.
lose
Thank you. I know
can't
I'm
lose the
saying
dog. Yeah, he is
can't.
smooth, Kyle. He is smooth. Yo, tell the people where they can find you, man.
You can find me on Twitter at madads14, MADADS14. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Speak
Oh
on it
yeah.
_pod. We're putting up content all the time. Y'all
And
showing
we
us a
and
lot of love.
yeah, I was gonna say the people out here showing mad love
Yeah.
on the social. So make sure y'all keep showing love. We see y'all, downloading the audios and listening. We see y'all on the social showing love, and we're gonna keep showing y'all love too. We got mad love for y'all. So appreciate y'all saluting. Make sure y'all follow me at LosDemix, LOSDEEMIX. Hopefully we can get Braun and Isaiah Stewart for this United States Championships soon, but they wasn't fighting for real. So we came to speak on it, and that's what we came here to do, and we're gonna do it because that's what we do. We come to speak on things. And if you don't like the way things being spoken on, then shut the hell up because ain't nobody speaking to you.
Huh. And on that note, we out. Peace.
Much love, people. And hair agrees.